This week, we have two very special guests, Laura Swalley and Rebecca Chan. They were our fall 2007 interns, and both of them are visual development students at San Jose State University.
They started the internship with my training session. So we had a painting session and drawing session in Tonko House at summer. And then we started work on the potential new project. They did a tiny bit of animation test. After that, they worked on graphic novel book 3 with me and Hiro and Dyson over it.
Yes, they were pretty amazing. Yeah. We actually didn't think that they were going to do as much of the phase 1 painting, and then just right off the bat, they just started that because they were so good.
We only expected 2 pages of
Oh yeah.
Phase 1, but yeah, they did a lot.
So much. So over the internship, both of them ended up surprising us a couple times.
Yes.
Yeah. For Rebecca, it was this moment where we were behind on the schedule, and she just overheard it, and then without even being asked of anything, she ended up going to you and asking for more work.
I can do it.
It was so heartwarming. And then for Laura, we got to work with both Rebecca and Laura at CTN. And there we just saw a whole other side of Laura.
Yeah,
and
she was our boss.
She was definitely our boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Laura ran that booth. Yes.
She was amazing there.
Yeah, and I mean, they were both so amazing, and we're just so lucky that we got to work with them this semester. All of this would not have been possible, though, without their amazing mentor, JJ, who has started to get a reputation for being a bit strict.
I don't agree with that, but I think, Dyson don't think I'm very strict. I was kind of pushed them a lot. I gave them a lot of assignments, and then I kind of encouraged them, you can do it, you can do more and more, kind of. Because I worked like that when I was intern, and then I kind of felt it was really great to work really hard in here. Then I learned a lot more than when I other study time for my painting. So and then every time they brought really good studies, good paintings and good drawings. Every day I got a lot of impressed from them.
I mean, Tonko House continues to be a studio where we're so proud of our interns, and we're proud of our internship program, and we feel so fortunate that these students come in and work alongside us for a whole semester, and we just are so grateful for their time and their curiosity and just what they bring. And so thank you, Rebecca and Laura.
Thank you so much.
And we hope you enjoy the Tonkocast.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm production manager here at Tonko House, Courtney Lockwood, and I am sitting here with our 2 paint interns of fall 2017.
Oh, I'm Laura Swalley.
And I'm Rebecca. Nice to meet you.
You are meeting everybody.
I guess so.
They're definitely meeting you. So we want to ask you guys some questions and just hear your experience at Tonko House. And some, future interns might listen to this, and hopefully you guys have some advice for them. But right out of the gate, so we want to know, what was your first impression of Tonko House?
Well, I feel like everyone says their first impression of Tonko House is that it's really small, but I actually thought the first time I came to Tonko, it was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. And it's so cute in here, all the wood and all the the handcrafted stuff in the studio. It really makes it feel warm, and everyone's so nice. Just has a really good atmosphere.
Yeah. I think actually I thought it was smaller than I thought, because like from the pictures it looks a lot bigger. But yeah, it's really cute. And it's nicely decorated, and it's really relaxing to be in here. So, yeah.
So, not only Tonko House aesthetically, but what about the people within Tonko House? What was your first impression? Coming in, we've all been working together for a while now. Let's talk about that.
I think it felt like a lot more comfortable than I thought it would with like the people here, because like everyone's really talented at what they do, and yeah, it really feels like a family, like working together. So
yeah, it took me kind of off guard, like how funny like working at Tonko House is. Like there's so many like totally entertaining conversations that go on, like even when you're working away and you like you've got your headphones in, you can still hear like Robert and Dice like heckling each other in the corner, and it's so much fun just being here.
Yeah, it is. That's a great lead into our next question, which is, what is the funniest moment during your internship?
I feel like there's a lot.
Yeah. Well, one of the, like, it didn't actually happen here, but I always think about when Eric talked about how Dice was working off-site and he was in the hammock.
At my parents'
house. At your parents' house, and, like, he stood up to get out and he fell down.
Yeah, Dice thought that it was a good idea to stand up in a hammock.
Classic.
Yeah.
I like vividly remember the onsen conversation where Robert was like, do you remember, were you there when they were talking about that?
Maybe not.
They were talking about like if it was okay for like older women to clean like the men's onsen. Yeah. Versus, a guy going to clean the women's onsen, and Robert was there, like, in the corner, just, like, mimicking a small grandma, and it was the weirdest and most amazing thing I've probably ever listened to.
Yeah. We tend to get into some conversations, and then really they take on a life of their own, and, we get, pretty invested in them. This is funny. Yeah, what are some like funny things that you guys have overheard? Like that's good. Like you say, like oftentimes, especially when you guys first came here, you're very, very much now integrated into Tonko House, and both of you guys bring such different things to Tonko House, but it's like both of them are, just a part of it. And I think that, but in the beginning, it's harder. You guys come in, you guys are students, and, you quickly learn how non-impressive. Everybody.
Still impressive.
Yeah. Impressive, but maybe just casual. Or, and then, I think eventually over the internship, you guys, folded yourself into that. So, but before that, what was like the first... Because, Laura, you said something to me at CTN where you were like, I now understand why you guys are so weird, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what was, like, the first thing where you're like, what did I do? What did I sign up for?
Maybe, well, this isn't really, like, a conversation, but whenever Dice makes weird noises, like, he's always like, meh.
Like how?
Like, meh.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I really like the times that you guys have done like small table reads for script, and like just hearing Robert be Hippo just like yelling.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Those were amazing.
Yeah, so our viewers and listeners understand our studio is still one room. And so we have been working on the feature script, and we've been doing these table reads. So Rebecca and Laura, as they paint, they're working on graphic novel, but then they have to witness this sometimes acting out of plays and scenes. And yeah, I'm feeling very self-conscious all of a sudden.
It's so entertaining. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's weird hearing Dice voice Pig too. And then like how he voiced that character in Cars 3. Like
Cars 2, Cars 2.
Or Cars 2.
Yeah. Yeah, wasabi. All right. Moving on to more serious things. If you had to pick one thing you learned the most from Tonko House, what is it? You guys don't have to do the most. One thing you learned. One important thing you learned.
That's hard because there's like so many things, like both from a technical standpoint and from just, the way you conduct yourself just from a regular standpoint. I feel like I learned to kind of trust my instincts a lot better with my decision making, and like through design and painting, just to kind of trust that even if I'm not 100% sure, that I can still do it. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest things I've learned, and it kind of goes hand in hand with just confidence in general. I'd probably say that's the biggest thing I've learned for myself.
I'd have to say like similarly that, but also I think one of my biggest weaknesses is like doing line drawing and that sort of stuff, and I think JJ helped me a lot with like confronting my weakness in that area, and I think I learned a lot about like drawing in pen, like from life and that sort of stuff.
How did JJ help you? Like, what are some of the things you did during the internship?
Well, we practiced a lot, like going outside and drawing, and JJ showed me different techniques for drawing outside and perspective and that sort of stuff. Yeah, and Robert helped too.
All right. We're just flying through these questions. I want to flesh them out more. All right. What is one thing that you're worried about Tonko House as we move forward into 2018?
I don't know.
Maybe worried for
Tonko House?
Yeah.
You go.
Maybe just because, like, especially now that we've seen, all these big studios kind of colliding together and joining forces, it is kind of scary, I think, just because Tonko House is so small, but, still wants to accomplish the same things or bigger things as these huge studios. I guess I am hoping that, Tonko can hold on and, like, stay competitive in the current industry.
Yeah.
But I think you'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. I'm like 100%.
Thank you. I'll call you in 2008. Just tell me we'll be fine.
You will be fine.
Yeah, I think, I feel the same way. Like, I really like Tonko House for doing like original content, and I really hope that they continue to do original content instead of like doing like past IPs like other studios. So
yeah, let's talk about, I mean, did you guys both know, you guys both knew Tonko House before the internship. What was it that was like that got, like, what about Tonko House, like, got you, you know, that excited you about coming here?
I think, well, I knew about Dice first from Pixar, from Toy Story 3, and Robert from Ratatouille, and I think just their design and color sense from their Dam Keeper short really appealed to me, because I hadn't really seen the same, like, color use in, like, other, like, films I'd seen, and it really inspired me to work harder and learn from their work. So
Yeah, I think, you know, that was probably one of the most compelling things about Tonko House was, you know, their style for the Dam Keeper. But I think also, like, because I was introduced to Tonko through watching the Dam Keeper. One of my friends was like, hey, you gotta watch this short, it's amazing. So we watched it actually in our hotel room at CTN for the first time. And I think one of the things that impressed me the most was just the honesty of the storytelling. You know, there wasn't anything like big and flashy and kind of superficial about it. Everything felt really meaningful, and like it came from a meaningful place. And I feel like that's something that is really important, and it's something that I definitely want to pursue with my career, is making sure that I'm telling stories that have a purpose and have, you know, can have an impact on people in more ways than just like, oh man, that was a really cool film. I liked all the flashy stuff.
And the flashy stuff is fun, but it's, you know, it's hard to keep that authenticity. All right. So you mentioned CTN. Both of you guys were incredible helps at CTN, and to say like incredible help is like downplaying your role at CTN. We asked you guys to come down and volunteer, and I think both of you guys stepped into leadership positions at CTN and actually led a lot of us to help with the booth, which is pretty incredible to see. You know, in the studio, you guys are interns, and then at CTN, we really relied on you, and you guys guided us a lot. What was that experience like being a part of the Tonko House booth and being such a big part of the Tonko House booth at this year's CTN? And if you could say it was hell, go ahead and say that. But just, I mean, it was hard. Let's put that out there. It was hard. But other than that, what was it like?
Well, for me, like, I had been to CTN before just as, you know, an attendee, but actually getting to be behind the booth for a studio was, like, pretty intimidating at first, especially because I've never boothed before. I've never really sold merch at a convention, so that was, you know, also kind of learning how to do that was cool. But yeah, I'd say that it was really fun getting to meet all of Tonko House's fans and being able to talk with people and answer their questions and, you know, just to help them out in any way that I could, you know. And it was pretty cool because I got to talk to a lot of people, not only about Tonko House, but about, like, my education and, like, what my plans are, and was able to give them advice going forward. I had, like, this high school kid come up to me asking me about, like, what he should do for his education if he wanted to, like, end up at a studio like Tonko House. So, yeah, so, like, it was super fun. It was challenging. There were a couple times where, like, things got pretty stressful, especially, like, during, like, the very, very busy times.
Yeah.
But I think overall it was a really great experience, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think, it was really busy. It was my first time going to CTN, so it was totally, like, unexpected how busy it got, especially when the pig plushies are being sold. Everyone, like, rushed towards the booth on the first day, like, in the beginning of the day, and, yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it also felt really energizing to me, like just being able to talk to people and meet people and sell all this stuff to them, and like knowing that there's a lot of people who really support the studio, and just, yeah, it was just really, really interesting, but yeah, it was definitely rewarding too. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, if we haven't said enough, thank you so much for all your help there.
Happy to help.
Yeah. All right. So there's a couple questions, but I also have one more bonus question.
All right.
And we kind of covered this, the most entertaining conversation you overheard. I feel like we covered this, but maybe like one more. Like, I mean, there've been quite a bit.
Is it okay to say if it's about you?
Yeah, it's okay to say.
When you were talking about how you had a crush on Mighty Mouse.
I was not there for that one. What?
My first crush was on Mighty Mouse. I didn't know I didn't understand like what a crush was.
That's so cute.
I just thought it was like somebody who exemplified qualities that I liked. It was just an animated character.
That's adorable.
I was destined to go into animation. Oh God. All right, Laura, that's
I don't know if I can top that one.
Please try so we can erase that.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so many conversations. It's hard to like pinpoint like just one. Oh, I thought the conversation we had, was that at Halloween, where they were talking about the candles?
Oh,
and
yeah.
like if they could communing with ghosts.
Oh,
Dice
like
wanted to
the
commune
101 candles
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I don't know if I was there for that, but I know Dice has
you have
ghost
like
theories.
Oh, and when he was like drawing the UFO that he said he saw.
Oh,
Or I wasn't there for that, but
I think that was the same day.
Yeah, like
I remember your Instagram story for that one.
yeah, it was just such a weird drawing. But it was like, I don't know, he's so like passionate about like how he believes in like superstitious stuff. It was weird. Like
Weirdly wonderful.
yeah.
Yes, we have to be ourselves here at Tonko House. I think
Yeah.
that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. What is your favorite moment with our amazing intern mentor, JJ?
JJ is so awesome.
JJ is so awesome.
I really enjoyed just all the times that we got to go out sketching and like getting to kind of camp out in JJ's car while we like scoured the neighborhood for houses to draw and like trying to find parking. But yeah, that was really fun. And it was really nice because, you know, all those sessions were during the heat of graphic novel. So we were painting all day, but then we would get to go out, you know, for an hour or so and do something different and get to sketch and just kind of take a break and do something, you know, that was a little more, I would say, like, you get to use a little more creativity in your designing. It's kind of like an exercise that was really nice. But yeah, I'd say that was probably one of my highlights, my JJ highlights, was getting to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a specific moment, but I just really appreciate JJ teaching us and like finding different things for us to do to learn about painting and drawing, and like she's really passionate about what she does here, and even though she has all this other work to do on the side too, she's just really helpful to us, and she's really talented, and I've learned a lot with her.
Yeah, so our listeners, to back up a little, JJ was an intern in fall 2016 and worked on graphic novel 2 during her internship, and then rolled into being an employee in the new year of 2017. And I think she was the natural choice for a mentor, since she had just done her internship. But yeah, it's been pretty special to have JJ be able to mentor our art interns.
Thank you, JJ.
Yeah.
Thank you, JJ. All right. So, last question. Maybe. Unless this sparks more questions. What has been... You guys come in once a week on the same day, sometimes twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
What has been a great moment that you've witnessed the other intern do? And I'll let you guys think for a second on this, because we tend to not promote ourselves, and just this is the opportunity, I think, where we can recognize our intern partners.
I think, I don't know, like I've been in school with Rebecca, like we both came into San Jose State at the same time. We were in the same class in the first semester, and just, I've always really admired her work because she's really good. Like, she's so talented, and I think, she's really like blossomed here, just, I really admire her line work a lot, and like when we were drawing outside, her drawings are really, really good, and also her character designs that she's doing currently, they're really good too. Yeah, I'm really inspired by her to work harder, and
So Laura's like so amazing.
That's true.
I remember like looking through her portfolio and stuff and just thinking, oh man, like I wish I could paint like Laura and like draw like Laura, like how? But I think one of the most like, I think one point that I saw, we were doing our midterm presentations, I think, and like you were showing your work and you showed your color rough that you did of Pig on the dam in the snow, and like Dice and Robert both really liked it, and I like loved it so much, and like it was just like it really made me want to step up like my painting too, to like be like, oh man, I wish that I had like that kind of skill and intuition, and I want to like get there too. So you're like super inspiring with all your work, and also just like because we had our first like class together freshman year, but then we didn't share a lot of classes after that. So it's been really cool like getting to hang out with you and like commute together and like talk about random things and drama, and it's been really fun getting to know you over these past couple months and getting to hang out, and
Same here.
Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for bringing like just your true selves into this studio and your heart and like your passion and your curiosity. I think that really Tonko House is you guys and future interns and past interns, I think, are really just such a foundation of Tonko House. So just thank you from all of us and from, the most genuine part of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you,
All right. Well, that concludes our Tonkocast. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.